Okay, good day guys, Mike here. I'm doing kind of a part 2 of more cast iron cookware. But I'm out in my storage bin right now because this is the stuff I don't actually use, but I don't really want to sell because it's for camping or stuff like that. Anyway, I thought it's going to be a whole lot of editing. I got to run back and forth inside the house and down here, and anyway, you'll see. I thought I'd start the video off with a book that I found in my collection, and I think I bought this in Eastern Canada when I lived out there, and it's got a ton of information, you know, about stove design and you know, how to build your own, you know, brick ovens and stuff like that. And I think I paid, well, it says $8.50 on there, and I probably didn't pay that. So anyway, kind of a cool book. I have a few more books I might have inside I'll show you as well. So I thought we'd start off the video with a real big, you know, it's probably a 12-inch cast iron made in Taiwan with a wooden handle, and there you can see, okay, it says 12-inch skillet made in Taiwan, number 2. No heat ring or anything. Not sure if you can see that. It says WKM. Anyway, this is a beautiful cast iron skillet, guys. It's smooth as glass. I know it's got a little bit of rust on it right now, but man, you cannot pass up on this. You know, Taiwanese cast iron can be as good as stuff made in North America. So, okay, next up, I have a second Taiwanese skillet. This one has a lid. I'm not sure if it was originally the lid for it, but it's got a wooden handle as well. These wooden handles are good. This one's also a beautifully smooth skillet. It's got straighter sides than a normal Lodge does. You know, it needs re-seasoning and cleaning and stuff. I can't really see any clear markings on this one, but I'm sure it's made in Taiwan, and it's probably, I guess, about a 10-inch or maybe even an 8. I don't have a tape measure handy, guys, so. And there's a lid for it that fits, you know, it fits correctly, so it's really nice. Now, let me get these books out of the way. This is a third one. Now, this is a lid that I bought at a thrift store. You know, these are 50 cents, and they're always worth getting, as well as the glass ones. But this is also a smaller Taiwanese made WKM as well, same symbol, so it's part of that set from the big one at least. No lid recess here, and also same thing. This is a beautifully smooth pan. I mean, I wouldn't sell this thinking it was inferior by any means. So there's a set of you know, 3 Taiwanese skillets. And then next up, let me just reach down here. Okay, some of you will recognize this from the handle. This is as far as I know, it's actually made by Lodge. Kind of a like a collector's pan that they made. Wagner's 1891. and it has the seasoning instructions on the bottom. It's I think they made these in the 80s, maybe into the 90s, but it's not a collector's item by any means. But you know what? Because of the handle, it's a really good user. I mean, same thing, it needs, you know, cleaning and all that stuff. But these are spectacular pans if you want to use just one, you know, skillet in the kitchen. 10.5 inch. Okay, let me move a bit of this stuff and I'll put a few more things out. Okay, we're back. Got a few more things to look at. Couple of larger cornbread pans. These ones are definitely reserved for cooking. It's marked L1 on this end and 27 GP on the other end. And then over here I have a, okay, this is 7 sticks, and then I have the 5-stick pan, L1 on this end and no marking on that end. And I also have at least 4 or 5 more corn stick pans, but I use those ones exclusively for my lead casting, for making lead ingots. And then this one, I don't actually ever use this because if I was going to make things in something like this, I would need a tray with 24 at least. So I don't really use this. And it says Made in USA. I don't see any mold marks on it. They're pretty small for muffins. You know, these are, it's not something I'd ever really use. And then these, I have a whole milk crate full of these. These are, I think these are Lodge made. There's a mold mark. Looks like 1176. And same, oh, H76. Same thing on the other. I have, like, literally, like I said, I have a whole milk crate full of these things. And they're good if you're having like a barbecue and you want to give everybody like a separate kind of side dish that's real hot, like off the barbecue. So, but I just kept 2 that I kept clean, that, you know, these will be part of my camp cookware, outdoor cookware, you know, for, like I said, barbecues, stuff like that. Okay, and then over here, the real pros out there will recognize the drip ring pattern. This is a Wagnerware number 10 roaster, and you know, these are great, guys. This is like a stovetop, or, you know, inside the oven. It's not a campfire model with, there's no legs. But you can see that, you know, this is pretty big. It's, I don't know, 12 or 14 inches maybe across. It's, you know, big enough to fit a really big chicken, or you know, a pretty big roast. I use this for outdoor, like, deep frying and stuff. I haven't used it for quite a while right now, but, and this is an aluminum Wagnerware trivet for the bottom of the pan, number 250, and it just keeps stuff from sticking to the bottom of the pan. So that's a Wagnerware Dutch oven. Now, let me move a bit of this stuff and I'll set her up again. Okay, we're back for more. Love this cast iron. This stuff is fun, man. It's great to cook on and great to use and lasts a lifetime, and it's cheap. I mean, what more can you ask for? Okay, this is, I think, an unmarked Lodge. It might not be Lodge though. I think these are new. You find these around Christmas time. I think you find them with a recipe for a muffin or a pancake or something, but it's kind of cool. I thought I'd maybe use that over the twig stove or something. But and then down here, this is a good example of an oven safe glass lid that you can buy at a thrift store for probably 50 cents. And here's another small Taiwanese. Not sure if there's no markings on this. It looks just like a Lodge. I'm not sure what number. I can't remember what number Lodge calls their small ones, but this size pan is perfect for, 2 eggs or melting butter, stuff like that. And these lids, man, grab them while you can. They don't make them anymore. So okay, and then these, I have a whole milk crate full of these as well. These are steak platters that I bought when I was working in the restaurant business, and made in Japan. Now, of the whole bunch of them that I have, there's only 2 that were made in Japan, and the rest are almost identical. If you were 5 feet away, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But they're made in Taiwan. And as you can see here, they came with these wooden heat savers, or whatever you want to call it. And on the bottom, sorry, there's these little nipples here that kind of align and hold it from sliding off. And these are perfect if you're doing a special outdoor barbecue steak cookout or something like that. Okay, we'll go inside and look at a little bit more. Okay, I almost forgot, guys. I wanted to show you these. These are perfect for outdoor Dutch oven cooking. And these are excellent for you slide. Oh, I'm not going to get a lid. Picture a Dutch oven lid here with the loop handle, and you slide the hook under the loop and then pull it tight, and then you can lift the lid off and move it around, or you can turn it and do whatever. And these are brand new, manufactured. I think I bought these at Cabela's 5 or 10 years ago or something like that. This one's good for backyard use, around the barbecue or something like that. And then this one's a little better if you're working over a campfire. Okay, guys, this is one of the, let me think, 2 wood stoves that I have left. And it's inside, and it's just sitting on a 4-wheel cart with wheels on it because I don't feel like lifting it up to put the legs on it just so it can sit there. It's actually going to be sold or given to my brother. And it's a Herald number 38. And when I bought it, it was called a schoolhouse heater. And it'll burn a 32-inch long piece of wood. You just lift that door to open it up and load her up with whatever wood you can fit in there. Big long 2x4s and stuff like that. It has an 8-inch opening. And I have a few little accessories just kind of thrown into the bottom. And then it has 2 removable plates if you want to cook directly over the fire. But the neat thing about this stove is that if you remove this plate and this center section, then you get a great big oval opening, and this fits perfectly in the opening. And I use it as a griddle. I've even used it in the oven for chicken wings. There was times when I cooked, I think, I don't know, maybe 45 or 50 chicken wings in the oven all at the same time. But I've been told that this might actually be called a flat iron heater for heating up your antique cast iron clothing irons. However, it works really good as a griddle. And this was a gift that was given to me by a woman whose mother brought it from, I think she said she brought it from Sweden or something like that. So that's kind of a cool piece. And then up here, let me just turn the light on. This is my sailboat stove that I've done a video on before. There's a separate video on YouTube for it. It's a Shipmate Model 212. It actually has an oven, so it's a wood range, you know, if you want to give it a proper name. But here's another stovetop cast iron Dutch oven that I bought when I was in Nova Scotia, and it has a wooden handle. And it was probably a pot used on a fishing boat, you know, to make a small pot of stew or some soup or something like that. So we'll get that out of the way. And then these are the lifters for this thing, so you can lift out whichever ones you want. Now if you lift out two of them, you can take these countertop savers to keep your cast iron from burning your countertops. But they make perfect grill plates for the wood stoves. And then I have two different styles that I picked up, probably at flea markets or something. They make these new. They're probably Taiwan or something. And then this is a very traditional American style trivet that you'll find. So that's that stuff. And let me turn the lights off and we'll go in the kitchen. Okay, we're back in the kitchen, you know, where all the real cooking gets done. Anyway, this is a piece that I keep, you know, in the kitchen because I do actually use it. This is a Griswold number 8 Dutch oven. You can see the Griswold logo right there. And I use this out in the backyard for making corn fritters and deep fried fish and chips and stuff like that. That's why it's all kind of sooty on the bottom. Not sure if you can really... Oh, there it says something quart. Sorry guys, I can't read it. 5 quart maybe. Anyway, you can see it's about 8 inches across. You could probably cook a small chicken in there, or a small roast, you know, for a smaller family. But I use it for deep frying. And I do keep it in the kitchen because I'll use it in the kitchen once in a while. Not very often, but occasionally. So I think I mentioned that in the last video that I had this, but I didn't want to pull it out. But there it is. It's fun collecting cast iron if you're going to use it. You know, I've sold hundreds of pieces that I used to have. These are just kind of the ones I've really kind of enjoyed using. Okay, I said this video was going to be all over the place because I've got cast iron all over the place. Anyway, this is a Taiwanese pot, and I have two of these different sizes and the lids to go with them, but I use them for melting lead. And then these are the cornbread ingots that I make with clip-on wheel weights. And then this is an unmarked camp Dutch oven with the legs, but it's full of lead for the next smelt. And it's not marked, and I don't use it for cooking at all. It's just strictly for smelting lead. And there was two final pieces that I want to put in the video, but I can't find one of them, which is a round griddle that's made to hang over a campfire. And the other one, we're going to have to go back into the kitchen. Okay, this is the final piece, guys. Unless I find something else kicking around. Griswold American number 9. Mold number 316. And this one is mold number 317 on the other side. This is my low base, large waffle iron. And this stays in the closet. And it took quite a bit of work to clean it up. However, you know, it's a kind of a cool piece to use. You know, it's definitely not as simple to use as a, you know, a regular electric waffle iron. However, you know, these lift out, and then you can separate them for cleaning. And I wire brushed this one. I don't really care about collector value, so you put it back together, and you know, of course, you heat it up and lift it up and flip it over and heat the other side, and keep doing that until the whole thing is hot like the sun, and cook up some large waffles. Anyway, I think that's it for the cast iron. Have a great day, everybody. Mike out.